Some viewers may find this disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hi, my wonderful sweet babies. It's Destined Choice, and you're listening to my infamous podcast, Time Out with Choice. So I want to get my podcast more particularly because I really am pissed the fuck off and livid because I hate that the media is always manipulating us. No offense to Black Lives Matter. No offense to people who are part of this movement and all this stuff. No offense to people who are, fight the power. Let me just be very clear that you're going to need to watch this video to the end because there's a lot of stuff that the media is doing right now that I'm not fucking with, and I'm pissed the fuck off because I actually know the real tea and the real breakdown about this whole situation. So please listen up. So to make a long story short, this video resurfaced of a woman being basically snatched off her own porch and arrested, thrown into the bushes, and tased. And a lot of people are doxing this police officer who is identified as Michael Oxford. So Officer Oxford went over there, and it looks like he went over there to make an arrest, and it looks like he was being very brutal and unnecessarily aggressive.
Don't care.
So we can talk if we want to.
You can go to jail.
I'm not going nowhere. It doesn't matter. You're on our property. We did not call you. I'm not going anywhere.
Black Lives Matter.
Turn around.
Black Lives Matter.
I'm not resisting.
Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter.
I'm not resisting. You're not touching me.
You're under arrest. 613, 10-3.
Black Lives Matter.
Come here.
Leave her alone! Hey!
You cannot let her be on the rest. Come on now. Come on now. Come on.
Get on the fucking ground. Get on the ground right now. Taser.
Stop!
What you doing?
Turn over right now. Put your hands behind the back. Turn over. Put your hands behind your back.
You finna get sued, sir.
Turn over. Put your hands behind your back. I will tase you again.
Call the police, mama. Call the police, mama.
Can I please get your name?
Taser deployed.
Can I please
Turn
get
over.
your name?
Turn over.
Can I please get your name?
46 update on a video that has gone viral in Gwinett County. The officer seen tasing a woman has been fired tonight, and tonight we are learning more about the department's investigation into the officer's use of force.
CBS 46's Jamie Kennedy joins us live in Gwinett. Jamie.
Rick, well, this video has certainly stirred up a lot of emotions from people online, many calling for the termination of the officer. It has happened, but not for the reasons many called for. The Gwinnett County officer in this video became a viral sensation overnight, with many calling his tactics brutal.
Get on the ground right now. Taser.
Gwinnett County Police a day later terminating the officer from the force. The victim when the tussle and arguments began. But it wasn't because of Officer Oxford's use of force that the department terminated him.
Just be very clear, anyone watching this that sees anything involving a police officer, a white person, or a black person, if you see an article involving that, read the motherfucking article. I do believe the conversation of police brutality is very important, but what I would not stand for is race baiting, lying, and manipulating the black community, because I'm not fucking with that. So to make a long story short, this woman right here with the locks called the police because she believed that her son's life was in danger. Her 9-year-old son had basically got into it with like a 20-year-old man who literally lives right across the street, according to her. And basically, the 20-year-old was looking at her 9-year-old son on some what are you looking at? And then the boy was like, I'm looking at you, blase. They got into a little argument, and the 9-year-old boy basically was threatened and told that he was going to be beat up and killed by a grown man and teenagers who live in this little area right here in Loganville, Georgia. This all happened in Loganville, Georgia in Gwinnett County. So the mother was super, super duper nervous, and she had actually had incidents with these neighbors in the past. She's had issues with them in the past, and we've all been there. We've all had issues with our neighbors. We've all had issues, altercations with individuals, had the police called on us or called the police on other people. It happens. Sometimes you have circumstances where you can't control, and sometimes you just got to call the police because that's your last resort. So he investigated, spoke to this black woman who called the police on other black people, and spoke to her black son. And they told him the story. And from what he got was they vandalized this woman's property. So not only had they had beef and animosity as neighbors, her neighbors actually thought it was okay to actually come to her car, be rude to her son, yell in front of their house, be like, bitch, come outside, because it was a verbal altercation that they've had for days, weeks. And apparently this has been going on for months. It's been going on for months. And this isn't the first time police have been called. So this woman said that her car was vandalized because, as you can see in the body cam footage that was released, yes, fun fact, there's body cam footage that was released that the media's not reporting on. This woman's car was vandalized. You see scratches on it because apparently a glass Coke bottle was thrown, glass Coke bottles were thrown, liquid was thrown on her car, and her son was threatened. So you guys know how mamas be. Mama bears do not play that shit, especially overprotective moms. Overprotective moms do not play. You even as much look at their child the wrong way, they're ready to claw your face out and end you. And that's just how it is. So this mom felt nervous for her child, and she was nervous at the fact that these neighbors kept harassing her, talking shit to her for weeks, and she just was fed up. So she called the police again and basically showed them the whole story. She sat down with them and everything.
What are you doing? I love that shirt, man. Hello, ma'am. Are you the one that called?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what's going on today?
They threw whatever on my car and stuff. I already made a report on these people about damaging my car.
Okay.
And the cop, you know, Officer Trans?
No, I don't.
No.
He may work on a different shift than I do.
You on a different place?
He may work on a different shift and time than I do.
Okay, time. I already made a report. Officer Trans been trying to even get their information, I guess, or whatever, but his supervisor told him that he only could take the report, so there's nothing else he could really do if they're not answering or giving the insurance. They just, look, just threw juice. They pulled up.
Okay, whose car is that?
They left already.
Okay.
They be over there all the time, look. And he's threatening me like, bitch, come to the car. And then, hold on, because at one point. There you go. I think I did move right when they was on. No, this one was on, I think right here. No,
I think I saw something right
there. But you
there.
see it, it's all on my car.
All right, let's go take a look at your car real quick.
But what else is it? Somebody got to die first before anything gets done? You know
was it just they splashed liquid on it, or did they actually?
Whole soda bottle.
Okay, did they throw the soda bottle?
Yeah, they did. She picked it up, and I recorded that too.
Okay.
Look, when she comes and picked it up, the girl in the black, you see her? And look, when I said, look, and she picking up this, yeah, she's in there. She picking it up, look, and this is what she's showing it to me, like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. Look, she's showing it to me, the girl in the black. Behind the lady in the white is the one that rents that house.
Okay, are they at the house right now?
Yeah, that's all of them right there.
Okay, and you said they frequent which house right here?
This house right here.
This right here at the end?
People, yeah.
Okay, and do you know why this problem is going on?
Because when I literally just got home, I just went to do my hair, and I turned around or whatever to come park right here. These people are sticking in the middle of my kids. I got a 9-year-old and a 4-year-old. Okay. They just told my son, I'll kick you and all this shit and little bit. What they say to you?
First they did this. That's why I changed my mind. And then when I got off
and I said, why do y'all do that to little kids? Like.
Right, and that's what I'm saying is that now that we're getting more and more of this, we may be able to piece things together to the point where we have enough probable cause without them saying anything. Right.
But I left for like a weekend or whatever for my cousin's birthday party, cabin party.
Okay.
When I came back, my car is like, if I turn it on right now, my meter don't work.
Okay.
My things like showing. I'm like, I don't know if somebody put something in my tank.
Right.
I don't know.
Do you have vehicles in your garage? Can you park it in the garage?
My grandma got too much stuff.
Okay. And if it's a problem where you already have a criminal trespass on them, you may want to start parking at least in the driveway, because then if they come on your property and you catch that on video and they do something to your car or whatever, then I've got at least enough reason to go ahead and take them for criminal trespass, you know what I mean? Yeah?
Literally.
How old are you?
9.
9? You got a little while till you can do it, but it's a good job, man. It's fun. You ever got to sit in a police car before?
Only at school, because we once had this thing where we could like see all the jobs.
Yeah?
Yeah. And then the police.
Well, I'll tell you what, once we're done with this, you want to hop in my car, you can turn on the lights, hit the sirens a few times?
Yeah.
You want to do that? All right. We can work that out once we're done here.
I saw a SWAT car.
The SWAT cars? Yeah.
Radio.
I don't care if you called me. I'm here anyways. Okay. Okay, I'm here to investigate something. I don't care if you called me or not. I need you to get up and come talk to me.
No, you don't.
Not you. Okay, I need to come speak with you. I don't care that you didn't call the police. They did. And I have a video. Okay, and I have a video which has you in it
Doing what? But doing what?
Okay, and I need to investigate what your part was in that. Okay, everyone except for her, shut up right now or go to jail.
You're on our
I
property.
don't care. Okay, you can all leave or you can go to jail for obstructing my investigation. You want to go to jail?
You're on our
Okay.
property. We did not
Do you want to go to jail?
I'm not going anywhere.
I am trying to investigate something with her. Okay, turn around.
You're not going to touch
Turn
me.
around.
I'm not resisting.
Turn around. You're under arrest. 613, 10-3. Come here.
Touch me.
Come here. You are under arrest. Come here. Come here. You are under arrest. Get on the ground. You are on the ground.
Come on now.
You are under arrest.
Come on now.
Get on the ground. Get on the fucking ground. Get on the ground right now. Taser, taser. Get on the ground. Turn over. Turn over right now. Put your hands behind your back. Turn over. Turn over. Put your hands behind your back.
You finna get sued, sir.
Turn over. Put your hands behind your back. I will tase you again.
Call the police, mama. Call the police, mama.
Do you not understand what you're doing? Sir! Excuse me, sir! Sir!
Motherfucking neck, bro.
Give me your arm. You are under arrest. Stop resisting. Stop resisting right now. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hand behind your back. 613, I'm fighting. Step it up. Give me your fucking hand. Give me your hand right now. Give me your hand.
Can I get her phone?
Give me your hand. Give me your other hand right now. Get her other hand. It's already in a cuff. Get her other hand. Get her other hand. Hey, Samora.
Call the police.
Fucking breathe on me. What the fuck are y'all doing?
Sir,
I got another cuff.
Bro,
what are y'all doing? You're not even bending her arm. Sir, you're gonna break her arm.
Pull her out.
You're not doing that.
Ready?
I'm trying to tell you.
Come up to your feet right now.
Bro,
You just said
Turn her over. Turn her over.
fucking bad. Do this.
bro.
Dre.
Your fucking leg
Cuffs.
is...
Dre,
Get the cuff. Get the cuff.
She still has the taser in her and her leg is bleeding. Raise it up.
Good.
All
Get her up. Get her up. Get her to the car. Get her up. Get her to the car right now.
Fucking legs, bro.
Stand up. Stand up.
Get the fuck off me.
Hey, hand up and under. Hand up and under like this.
Get up. Get her phone.
Come on. Come on and drag.
Get my phone and call quickly, bro. Get my phone and call quickly.
The taser is in her leg. She can't even fucking walk.
Get her in.
I can't fucking breathe,
Hey,
bro.
grab
I can't fucking breathe.
Grab those. Hey, pull those tasers.
In my leg.
It's stuck in her leg. What are you doing? You're snatching it out.
Fuck.
Get her in the car.
You ain't grab
Sit
that.
down.
I can't fucking...
Get in.
You just slammed my
Get
fucking
in the car.
head, bro.
Can I have that?
Get in the car.
With y'all.
Get in the car. Get tased again.
You really...
That's ag assault on a Leo right there. Back up in your neck. Go.
What's your clue? What's your clue? I know it's all right. Don't get it.
Big old argument or whatever had went on.
God dang it, dude. I hate having to do that crap.
1696. Do you live here? Do you live here? Then you need to leave. Yes.
It's my family.
Do you live here?
Yes.
Then you need to leave. If you do not live here.
All right, you ready to talk to me now?
Yes.
All right.
I'm on the phone now,
Do me a favor. Come sit down for me.
Okay.
Come sit down over here for me.
That's what we try to tell him. Why is he on the property? He's saying
Now that she made her decisions.
Okay.
All right, what happened earlier with the lady across the street?
Okay, this what happened. I'm sitting in the car with the door, sideways. Me, my two daughters, and my son.
Okay, you guys were in the
As
car?
She was coming up, yeah, I was sitting in the car right there.
Which car?
That car.
Okay, all right.
But as she was coming up, she was arguing. They all the time. Her and my niece done had it out. Two of my nieces done had it out. It's always something, but I'm always the one trying to go over and talk to her. So today, I don't know what happened. She got behind the tree and was like, fuck you. Oh, da-da-da-da-da.
So Dre like, who you talking to? She said, I'm talking to all y'all, but no one was talking to her but Dre.
Right.
So as they arguing and they doing whatever, she came back and was like, oh, she called somebody and said, yeah, they got a nigga out here, and I told you before, I need you to handle them. I've been telling you I want you to murk them. Okay, meaning I want you to, do something or whatever. So she arguing, and as they arguing, I'm walking over to her trying to talk to her. She said, come in my yard. I said, I'm not coming in your yard. Y'all arguing, it doesn't make no sense. I said, I don't have a problem with you. I'm trying to figure out what's going on because I'm trying to show you inside the video.
Right.
She's still arguing. Come in my yard. Come in my yard. Y'all know I'm motherfucking 12. Y'all know I'm 12. Like that. I said, what is you talking about? So they still arguing. I said, man, whatever. Like that. So I walked back. As I walked back, they recording like she recording. They going back and forth. We sat right here. And that's when you came up and she showed you what.
Back up or go to jail, your choice.
Okay.
That's what happened.
Who was the gentleman or whoever it was?
My son and my daughter.
In the Chevy, whatever it was, Malibu or Cruise.
My son was on the passenger. My daughter was on the garage.
What happened with them and that lady?
Back up.
She was just cussing with everybody that was out there. She never
Ma'am, you need to back up.
Listen.
You can join
Go ahead. What happened?
All right. What was this with them throwing a Coke bottle at the car?
Oh, I probably was in the house. I don't know.
Okay, well, why are you on video? You walked up there and grabbed the Coke bottle off the floor. I watched you do it. You were wearing this exact thing.
No, I didn't watch. Moni, did I go and take something off the, I picked up a Coke bottle?
You went over there and were talking to her, right?
No, I went over there to talk to her. I never picked up.
All right, do me a favor, sit back down for me.
I didn't pick up anything.
All right. Why were you over there then?
I went over there trying to still talk to her.
Okay.
It's been several times they don't argue.
What exactly was said between you and her?
Oh, I was saying it doesn't make no sense every time you turn around y'all argue.
Right.
And she like, I don't give a fuck. She wasn't really listening to me.
Okay.
At this time, whoever she was on the phone with, she was telling them, I need you to come murk them.
Okay.
I don't give a F. I'm tired of all of this.
Okay.
Da, 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 da.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's the neighbors there.
Who told the kid that was over there they were going to kick him in the face?
Oh, my son. He said, because the boy said, I'll shoot you.
Okay.
Record that.
What's your son's name?
Why you need to know all of this?
He just threatened a kid. He said he's going to kick him in the face.
Did you know what the little boy said?
Okay, well, look, and that's why I got to get their side of the story, I got to get your side of the story, and then I got to figure out what really happened, right?
And that's what I'm trying to tell you. Every time you turn around, my niece have an incident
But with that, while I investigate that, I have to have everybody involved's name, right?
But they don't stay here, so it doesn't.
Well, clearly they were involved in it, which means they're involved in my investigation.
How is they involved?
Because they went and threw a Coke bottle at it, and then your son said he's going to kick a kid in the face.
He didn't throw the Coke bottle.
Okay, but the girl in the driver's seat did. I watched her do it on video. I watched her do it.
But my son didn't do it.
Okay, but you just said your son said that he was going to kick the other kid in the face. So he is involved now.
You were going to shoot him. Did she record
Okay,
that?
and like I said, I got to get both sides of the story and figure out what happened.
Did she tell you that? Because you
Okay, I saw the videos.
But you saw that.
Okay, what I'm saying. Okay, look, listen.
What I'm trying to figure out.
Listen. Listen, let me talk for a second. Let me talk for a second so I can understand. So you know what I'm trying to talk about. Listen.
She did the provoking, Daddy. She did.
Man, if you'll let me explain, you'll know what I'm talking about, so I can tell you what I'm trying to ask you.
The little boy told Quan, what you looking at? Quan said, little boy, I'm looking at you.
All right, what is your daughter and son's name?
One is Kiwi.
Which one's Kiwi?
Kiwi is the girl.
Okay, how do you spell her name?
K-E-V-I-A.
K-E-V-I-A?
Yes.
Last name?
Thomas.
Thomas?
Yes.
Okay, your son's name?
Quan. Thomas.
I'm sorry, how do you spell that?
Q-U-A-N. Thomas.
Q-U-A-N?
Thomas.
Okay, and do you have an ID with you?
My ID is in the house.
Okay, what's your name?
Do I have to give my ID?
Right now you do, because I need to identify you because you're a part of this.
What? I didn't call the police.
I don't care. You're involved in the investigation now.
How am I involved in
because something's been alleged against you, which means I need to come over here and get your side of the story.
I don't feel like I have to give anything up when I didn't call the police.
Okay, ma'am, I'm gonna make this really simple. I'm gonna make this really simple. Look, what's probably gonna happen is I'm probably just gonna make a report of this, and we're gonna be out of here. Okay. Obviously, your two friends who made their decisions are going to jail. That's the end of that. Okay, that's here nor there. Don't worry about that. Look, listen.
And
but
that
I do
ain't no
need.
friend. That is my daughter that you tased right in front
You're right,
of me.
I did, because I told her she was under arrest and she resisted arrest. Because I told her she needed to remove herself and stop yelling, or she was going to be obstructing my investigation.
That's not obstructing.
She was yelling at me, and I gave her commands to leave.
No, you
and told her to be quiet. I told everybody to shut up because I needed to talk to you.
She's grown.
Okay, that doesn't matter.
You coming on her?
She was obstructing my investigation.
How?
Okay. All right. What is your name? What is your name?
It's Atron.
I'm sorry? What was your name?
Atron.
Atron, how do you spell that? How do you spell your name?
A-T-R-A.
A-T-R-A?
Yes, Thomas, last name.
What is your date of birth? You said A-T-R-A-N?
No, I said
or A-T-R-N? I'm sorry?
A-T-R-A.
Okay, Atra.
Daddy, do I have to give all this information if I didn't call them?
Okay, what is your date of birth?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Ma'am, what's your date of birth?
I didn't call them.
Ma'am, what's your date of birth?
I didn't call. And I never knew a man officer to manhandle a female like that.
So yeah, that's what happened, and that's who called the police. Now, to make a long story short, Officer Oxford went over there, and he went to go speak to Atra Thomas. Atra Thomas is a 42-year-old woman who basically was wearing the all-white. This is her, Atra Thomas. She's the mama. She's the one who lives in that house. She's the head of the household. To make a long story short, she has had altercations with the other mama for a long time. They've argued, they've debated, and there's actual video evidence of her throwing Coke bottles, picking up Coke bottles before the police arrived.
I don't care if you called me. I'm here anyways. Okay. Okay, I'm here to investigate something. I don't care if you called me or not. I need you to get up and come talk to me.
No, you don't.
Not you. Okay, I need to come.
So you guys just saw that whole clip, and you guys saw how things just escalated. So basically, you see people are recording, people are screaming, as they should, because this is very traumatizing, and I'm sure that whole family is fucking traumatized to shit because that situation really escalated when it didn't have to be that way. But after seeing this clip, I have to honestly say that I believed the hype with the media. But since the media loves to play people of color, I do not play when it comes to these race-baiting titles, and I do not stand for race-baiting titles like a white supremacist or a white cop versus a black woman or a black man versus a white cop or a white man versus black. It's just like every time they bring up race in the headline, I automatically know that they're race baiting to get some views, to get some ratings. Because when you bring up race in a situation, people are so emotional. Like, people of color are very emotional and prideful in their skin tone, in their phenotypes, because of what society has put them through. So I understand why the media does this. But the media completely flipped this like it was like some racial profiling when it wasn't like that. They did terminate the officer because they felt like what he did didn't align with their views. They didn't like the fact that he was rude. They felt like he could have been a lot softer. And I personally think they only terminated him only because they wanted to avoid riots. They wanted to avoid looting. They wanted to avoid, like, just, you know, Black Lives Matter pulling up and fucking shit up. That's what they wanted to avoid. So that honestly blew my freaking mind that the media just flipped this like it was racially motivated. Now, the whole body cam footage is an hour and 49 minutes long. I watched the entire thing. And this, in my opinion, I'm black and I approve of this arrest. Did he use a lot of force? He absolutely used a lot of force. It's completely obvious. But this woman was obstructing, and that's what she got charged for. She got charged with obstruction, and she also got charged with battery because, as you guys can see, she was resisting arrest, and she was also kicking him as he was trying to put her in the car. She refused to sit in the car. He kept telling her to sit in the car. She said she couldn't walk, she couldn't move. But guess what? Once he said, "I'm gonna tase you again," she jumped up and got in his face. Like, I thought you couldn't sit down.
Just fucking her leg. What are you doing? You're snatching it out.
Get her in the car.
You ain't grab
Sit
that.
down.
I can't fucking.
Get in.
You just slammed my
Get
fucking
in the car.
head, bro.
Get in the
What's up
car.
with y'all?
Get in the car. Get tased again. That's like assault on a Leo right there.
It's just like we put in this woman that, like, at the forefront on Twitter of Black Lives Matter and police brutality. Like this is what happens when you don't comply. And I hate the fact that the black community or the people, the communities in general, like we over here demonizing compliance. Like, why are people of color demonizing compliance? Just comply. Like the more important thing to do when you have an altercation with the police is to try to make it home. Like, is it really worth trying to fight and like trying to yell and scream when you feel like a police is being unfair? This police officer wasn't being unfair. He simply went up to them and asked them, what's going on? What happened? They said, we're not talking. We're not talking. They have the right to not talk if they don't want to talk, but there's actual video evidence of her, the woman in the white, the mama who's in her 40s, literally sitting up here vandalizing properties she has no business doing. And a child was involved. The woman with the locks said that her child was threatened. Obviously, the cop is going to want to investigate. He could have simply just did his paperwork, got his warrant, and then boom, arrested who he felt needed to be arrested. But he's trying to investigate because there's actual video evidence of her doing too much. He's not a judge, so he has no right to be like, okay, you're innocent, you're guilty, you're this, you're that. But at the same time, there's video evidence of you pouring liquid on somebody's vehicle. There's video evidence of someone pouring liquid on someone's vehicle. There's evidence of someone doing that. And she was intertwined with it. And he wanted to speak to her because she was the head of the household and she was in the video. So he asked her daughter, who, by the way, has been identified as Kendasia Smith, her daughter, Kendasia Smith, basically said, well, we didn't do nothing. We didn't call you. We didn't call you. We didn't do nothing. We didn't call you. Like, just talking over him. He's trying to talk to the mom, trying to say, okay, look, I need to talk to you. And she's like, no, she don't need to talk to you. Like, she's just being rude. And I understand protecting your mom, but like, really? Like you're really coming out here like being hostile? When you meet somebody with hostility, that's what they're going to give you back. I've had several situations where I've had teachers be disrespectful, police officers, managers. But a lot of times I don't meet someone with hostility because a lot of times when someone has authority over you, unfortunately, they're always going to win. Arguing with a cop is like arguing with a teacher. And I know every single one of y'all at one point has been there arguing with a teacher, trying to get into it with a teacher. And guess what? Who always wins, the student or the teacher? Common knowledge. So when we stood up here and we just act like this was like some police brutality, racially motivated situation, it's just like, how? Like, he used necessary force. He tried to detain her at first because she was interfering with the investigation. That's obstruction of justice. He's literally trying to sit up here trying to investigate, figure out what's going on, figure out who threw the glass, who threw the bottle, who threw the beverages on somebody's car, who was threatening her 9-year-old son. He was trying to protect another black woman. And we over here turns into like some racially motivated situation. Like it's crazy. Like, Black Lives Matter just turned into a situation where, oh, the police, they stay killing us. He only used all that force because she was this. In my personal opinion, if this was a white woman in her 40s, do I feel like he probably would have used a little bit less force? Maybe. There's a possibility. Probably. But a lot of the times, when you go into a situation where you're in a neighborhood where you constantly get called in and you constantly hear about things like, violence going on, altercations going on, of course he's going to want to detain the woman more specifically. Does it make it okay? No, but of course he's going to detain her specifically because she's obstructing. She's interfering with his investigation. Don't interfere with an investigation if someone's trying to investigate you. It just doesn't make any sense. So the fact that she got arrested and people are saying drop her charges is so ridiculous to me because she actually committed a crime. She wasn't even a part of it. She inserted herself and escalated the situation. She simply could just been quiet, told us out of the story, and left it at that. When you over here gaslighting the police officer, making their jobs harder, you just make things harder for yourself because all this could have been avoided. All this could have been avoided had she just sat there and said, okay, look, this is the story. This is what happened. Because if you didn't do nothing wrong, there's no need to be defensive. If you didn't do shit wrong, guess what? The police would have got your side, her side. He would have wrote the report, left. Y'all would have took it to court, and it would have been squashed. But all this going viral, traumatic experiences could have been avoided. The police officer, granted, could have did this. He could have simply went up to her and been like, hey, relax. Just relax. Look, I'm not here to start issues. I just want to talk. Just talk to me. I just want to figure out what's going on. No one's getting arrested. He met their hostility with hostility. They had already had hostility. Now, as I watched the body cam footage even more, there's more footage. And apparently, well, not apparently, factually, this woman, after she got arrested, after she got taken to the police station, because his body cam was on throughout the entire duration, he actually took her in, booked her, and she was still trying to argue about her arrest. Like, why am I being arrested? Like, trying to call him a liar. She was making stuff up, saying, oh, I'm innocent. You grabbed me for no reason. No, he told you to relax. 5 times. He warned her 5 to 6 times. Chill. Hey, relax. Hey, stop. Talk. He warned her 5 times to stop talking and stop talking over him and stop making this a big deal. But she kept gaslighting. He warned her several times and she kept talking over him, saying, don't talk to my mom. She don't gotta talk to you. It's just like, who do you think you are? You're a civilian who pays bills. You're a civilian who lives at home. But you can't just sit up here and disrespect the cop who's trying to investigate a matter. You're making his job hard just because you feel like you have like this right to just be rude to a cop, just because you have every right to be rude to a cop, but you don't have a right to obstruct with his investigation. And that's what that was.
I'm sorry?
Charges I got, I'm going to get a bomb for him or not?
Yeah, you'll get a bomb.
How long is it going to take?
Well, once you get checked in here, which usually takes about 46 hours for them to book you in, then they'll give you your paperwork. So I'm going to go right over to the magistrate judge right next door here and pull the warrants for you. No, I arrested you, and now I'm going to go over to the judge, and I'm going to give him my probable cause for what I arrested you for, and he's going to issue me a warrant, which you're already in custody for. I don't have to have a warrant to arrest you. You did something right in front of me, which was an arrestable offense.
What did I do?
I told you. You obstructed my investigation.
You told me. I told you. She said, I don't want to talk to you.
All right, and I told you. Hold on.
I want to talk to you.
All right, here. Okay.
And I said,
okay. Will you let me talk without interrupting me?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. And when I got there, everybody was yelling, right? Did everybody yell?
No, me and my mom was talking. My
Okay.
auntie
So
tried to tell you
everybody
what
was getting loud, right?
happened.
It was pretty chaotic for a second.
It was a little
I told
bit.
everybody to shut up, right?
You said shut the hell
I
up.
said everybody who isn't her needs to be quiet.
No, you curse.
Okay, that's fine.
You're not supposed to do that.
Okay, that's fine.
Because
You're right, I did. And it's on camera. I have that. I'm fine with that. Oh. And you kept doing it. And then I said, okay, you know what? You're under arrest. And then when I told you you're under arrest, you resisted me.
No, you snatched my arm before you even said you're
Yes,
under
I was
arrest.
affecting my arrest.
You said, you grabbed my arm and said, come here. That's not saying you're under arrest. That's just saying,
I said you were under arrest.
I said, don't grab me. Because you want
Yes,
to
and
say
I was
you're
affecting
under
my arrest.
No,
and you resisted my arrest.
You said, come here. That's not saying you're under arrest.
Okay, that's fine. Hey, this is
You
all
know
stuff.
that. You know
Listen,
that. You
listen.
know that was wrong.
I know what I did. I know it's all recorded. I'm perfectly fine with that. This isn't my first rodeo. And you can go and fight all that stuff in court if that's how you feel. I'm perfectly fine with that.
Y'all a suit.
Okay.
That's a fat suit. Y'all dragged me through the grass, sticky birds, the damn thing bleeding out my leg.
Yep.
Y'all don't do none of that.
And you're right. We didn't have to, but you made your choices, which made us have to do
My
that.
mama said, okay, you don't have to do all that, just calm down. You still grabbing me, you gonna lie to us.
Yes, because you were already under arrest.
And say that I was hitting you. No, you tased me, and I said, okay.
When you hit me is when you kicked me in the face when I
He
put you in the
punched me
car.
in the face.
Who punched you in the face?
The other officer.
Yeah, I didn't see it. And even if he did, we were affecting our arrest and you were resisting.
Ooh, he wasn't affecting.
He was helping me arrest you.
He didn't know what happened.
So I'm not looking at this woman as like Black Lives Matter, police brutality. I'm not feeling this situation at all. And if you actually watch the entire body cam footage, which I'll link below in this YouTube video, you'll see that this was all taken out of context. It was all taken out of pocket. Like, this did not need to happen at all. This situation completely was misconstrued, flipped, turned around, and now I'm supposed to believe that, oh yeah, Black Lives Matter, oh this, yeah, this, that. It's just like, why do we put the wrong people at the forefront of these situations? There's people like a Tatiana Jefferson. There's people like a Tatiana Jefferson, by the way, was a Black woman who was actually innocent, didn't do nothing, was literally shot on her front porch. A Tatiana Jefferson, literally, didn't even get news coverage until Rihanna shouted her out. And then we got Elijah McClain, who was literally killed for literally no reason, because he was apparently some criminal to the cops. The cops deemed him as a criminal because of the way he looked and the way in his hat. Like, you see where I'm coming from here? There's people who actually should be a part of this movement, should be addressed. This right here, this is necessary force. Like, a child was involved. Another woman her car was vandalized. He asked you several times to shut the fuck up. He came with the whole, hey, be quiet, let me talk to her. I want to talk to her. And y'all weren't even having it. So for her to go to the media and for the media to interview the family and say, oh yeah, this was racially motivated, we're going to sue. Y'all aren't going to win. Y'all make the whole movement look bad because y'all sit up here and y'all commit fucked up crimes. Y'all are involved with horrible issues, and you expect me to scream Black Lives Matter from the rooftop when you was out here committing crimes, or when the people living in that house was out here throwing shit, vandalizing property, and you want me to fucking stand by you and tweet your hashtag? Get the fuck out of here. Like, this whole movement sometimes really makes me question my stance on it, because a lot of people who are part of it don't even read. Like, we have to read. Like, I'm not about to shout somebody's name from the rooftop, and I read a whole article showing that they were innocent. This was a justified arrest. Was it justified force? To a certain extent, it definitely was, because she was fighting off, and after he kept telling her to put her hands behind her back, he gave her ample opportunity, but in fact, she just kept pulling away. Y'all see this clip, y'all see this footage, and let me just say, footage doesn't lie. People do. So she's over here trying to argue with this cop, saying, oh, F this, we're going to sue you, this and this and that. Oh, you know, you are being unnecessary. And then the fact that the mother herself wasn't complying and was like, oh, why I got to do that? Why I got to do all that? Why I got to do this? Why I got to do that? It's just like, I can't get mad if I push you and you punch me. They pushed this cop. As soon as he came on, he didn't say anything. The first thing they say is, we didn't call you. We didn't call you. It's just like vandalism, video footage. Like, what do you expect? Of course the cops are going to go there and investigate. Like, people want these cops to be like these nurturing therapists. No, they're just trying to do their job, figure out who to arrest, file the report, and be done. Like, people making their job so much harder. These conversations of police brutality are important. But, like, we got to be careful who we put the face of this movement. This woman is not some victim, when in reality, she went out here acting the damn fool. And then her mama was out here going on somebody's property, vandalizing somebody's property, or involved in vandalizing somebody's property. And one of her sons or her nephews or whoever, some dude, grown dude, threatened a 9-year-old boy, a black boy, harassing another black woman. Hell no. So I'm very irritated with this whole situation. I can't believe that the media is manipulating us, and honestly, that's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say on that. Y'all see the clips, y'all see the footage, and please be mindful before I go to do your own fucking research. Oh my god, please, y'all, I cannot stress this enough. Read articles. Stop believing everything you hear just because of shading reports. Stop believing everything you hear just because you saw a headline on Media Takeout. Stop believing everything you hear just because you see a headline. Like, that's the problem with society right now. It's just like, we don't believe in reading. Like, can y'all, like, Can some people who believe headlines just read? Like, just read it. Like, it costs nothing to just read. And that's why these people, like these politicians, are able to just like manipulate people. That's why the media is always able to turn everything around, fuck everything up, like ruin everybody's reputations. That's why people's reputations get ruined, because people don't read articles. People don't listen further. People don't do research. And that's what's so fucked up about the whole situation, is that the media took advantage of a piggyback society. We live in a society full of sheeps where if the media says something, we believe it. The same media that's responsible for promoting Jim Crow. The same media that's responsible for promoting institutionalized racism. The same media that promotes tokenism. The same media that promotes racism. The same media that promotes colorism. And we out here believing something they say just because it's in a fucking headline, just because we see blogs reporting on it, just because we see she was charged and the cop lied on her. The cop didn't lie on her. She actually kicked the cop, and she actually refused arrest. The cops can legally detain you. They can legally do that. They can legally detain you. They can legally detain you if they feel like you're interfering with the investigation. 40 seconds of a video, and we out here believing this shit because that's what we do the best. Like, society, my generation overall, whether you're any color, any sexuality, or any gender, majority of us don't read. And that's why a lot of us are always doomed to fuck up in society. Reading is fundamental. We all learned that in school. So that's that on that. I'm livid, I'm pissed off, and I hate the fact that me keeping up this whole situation, knowing what actually happened, seeing the body cam footage, seeing the Gwinett police department actually fire him and actually tell everyone to watch the whole body cam footage and no one did it, just goes to show you that society is fucking doomed. Compliance is important. We got to be promoting compliance. We promote things like debauchery, drugs, this, that in our media, but we don't teach the youth about compliance. Like, if a cop did you dirty, fight them with the law, because best believe the only color that the law sees is green. Because if that cop wrongfully arrested you, treated you like shit, detained you for no probable cause, you could take his ass to court, sue him, and do what you got to do. But when you do stuff like this, you're in the wrong. Take these cops to court. Make an example out of them. Get their badge numbers. Record them and leave it at that. escalating situations, screaming fuck 12, fuck you arresting me for no reason, then pulling back and fighting back and getting in the cop's face. Get the fuck out of here. This is ridiculous. This is insane. Like, I can't even believe that this is reality right now. Media used to be so objective. Media used to be so neutral. Now media is so editorialized where people are shaping their own opinion just from reading a title. This is intense. But that's all I got to say on that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and gained something from this video. Don't turn this into a whole F you, I'm unsubscribing, bye. I said what I said, and please be mindful that it's very important to research, read, understand, comprehend, and please stop thinking with your emotions. Because when you think with emotions, you're doomed. You're doomed to when you think of emotions. You can't emotionally attach yourself to certain situations without using logic. Like, we have to be able to use logic. We have to be able to use strategy and logic, because when you can't use strategy and logic in a certain situation, you're doomed. You're doomed. I understand that this world is like so fucked up and there are racist cops and there are issues that always get swept under the rug and covered up. But you have to understand that we have to promote compliance and we have to promote fighting with the law. We got to use the law to our own benefit. We have to be able to, that's what Martin Luther King fought for. Martin Luther King fought for being able to use strategies, not just fighting hatred with hatred. Just because this cop arrested her, that doesn't mean it was racially motivated. That's all I got to say on that. Please enjoy this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys thought about this whole situation. Please understand that everything is not what it seems. A wise woman once told me, believe none of what you hear and half of what you see. That was that for this video. People should like, comment, subscribe. And yeah, that's that. Timeout is over.